morning everybody. Today's task is we are going to be icing a cake. The cake is for a gentleman who's turning 80. A friend of mine has requested this and I said to her, well, what would you like? And she said, well, it's duck shooting season this weekend and he's really into duck shooting and hunting and stuff like that. So I showed her a few pictures on Pinterest, which is a great place to go if you want ideas. And I said, what about something like this? And she said, yeah, that's great, I love that. And I said, well, I'll do something similar, but I'll make it my own. And she said, yeah, no, that's wonderful, let's do that. And I said, okay. I said, what flavour would you like? And she said, oh, I don't know. And I said, how about a lemon ricotta cake? Italian lemon ricotta cake. And she said, oh, yum, that sounds nice. And I said, it will be, I've made it before and it does taste good. So we said, yep, let's go for that. I said, great. I said, so yeah, let's do it. So I've actually made the cakes prior and I've frozen them. I like to do this because it keeps them moist, and it's yes, a lot better when you're icing them, that they're firm, they hold up better, and yeah, lovely and moist when you eat them. Yeah, so I've got those out of the freezer all ready to go. I've made some decorations in advance a couple of days ago, so they're nice and firm. They're made out of fondant, so they're all ready to go. So we just have to do the buttercream now and let's put it together. I'll show you the decorations I've made that's going to go on top. So let's do that now. So these are some of the decorations. These here are just sort of like reeds, grasses that you find in a swamp sort of thing. So I'm going to sort of make it look like a mai. And also this is a sign that I've made for him. It's just made out of fondant and just happy 80th Ted. And I just coloured the stick with food grade felt tip pen. And that's just a tongue depressor that I put in the middle of that. So I made that about 3 days ago, so it's nice and firm now, it's not going to fall to bits. And also I have a bag here of crushed malt biscuits, and that's to represent dirt. So, and these are the 3 cakes, the lemon ricotta cakes. They're still a bit frozen, so I've just got to wait till they thaw out a bit more. And I've also, here I've got some lemon curd, so it's going to be going in between the layers, as well as some lemon buttercream icing. So yeah, so first step is to make our icing. So I've got my pound of butter there, so 500 grams of butter. Got some milk and I've got my icing sugar. So when this softens a little bit more, we can start. It's still a bit firm, so I'll just wait for a little bit longer to get it to room temperature. So I need to whip that up until it becomes quite white, so soft and white. The longer you whip it or beat it, the whiter or lighter it gets. So I need that quite light before I start adding in my icing sugar. Apologies for the noise in the background. I'm going to show you what that noise is. I might do this cake video a little bit later when they calm down with the noise. This is what's happening, I'll show you. Oh boy. So as you can see, yeah, they're actually taking all the tiles off our roof today and re-roofing it. I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm so glad it's finally happened, but it just so happens to be on the same day that I'm trying to do this tutorial. Never mind. Hopefully it won't be too bad in the background. So I might just have a coffee and wait for half an hour, and the cake should be thawed out by then. My butter should be ready to go by then, and hopefully they've finished chucking the tiles off the roof. Right, let's whip this butter. So normally I whip it so it's quite light in colour. I'll try and get a bit lighter than that before I start adding the icing sugar. Sorry about the racket in the background, I'm just going to have to persevere with it. I might not even post this video because it's not that bad, but maybe I'll put some music over instead. Anyway, let's put this butter, get it going. Right, so 6 cups of icing sugar, or powdered sugar they call it in other countries, but in New Zealand we call it icing sugar. So yeah, sift that so it's nice and fine. Keep whipping the butter. And we will just add 1 cup of icing sugar at a time. Mix that through, just on low. We don't want to whip too much air into this this icing sugar. And we'll just keep adding the cups of icing sugar, and then we will add some milk just to moisten it up a little bit if it gets too thick. So just scrape the sides of your bowl, make sure you get all that butter off the bottom, incorporated with the icing sugar, and then keep whipping. Add some more icing sugar. Let's add another cup. Add a bit more. Rightio. Okay, so that's all 6 cups added of icing sugar added, and it's actually looking quite thick, far too thick, you can see there. So what I'm going to do is just going to add some milk at room temperature, just a little bit at a time until I get it to the consistency that I like. So let's test this consistency, see if we like it. Maybe just a bit too thick. Yeah, so I just need it a little bit softer than that. So I'll just scrape the bottom again, add a little bit more milk. And then I need to add some lemon essence of some sort. You can use fresh lemon zest, is good. Actually, I might do that. Or, yeah, I might do that. Or I could just put some of that lemon curd in it. That'd probably be nice. Yeah, let's try that. Right, just put a little bit of this in, lemon curd. I'm not going to put too much because I don't want it to be too wet. Right, put that up. That's it, done. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this icing and put it in another bowl, because I want to, when I put my lemon curd in between my layers, it is a little bit runny, so I just want to thicken it a little bit, so I'm going to use the icing sugar to thicken it up. Right, so I've just added some of that icing sugar to this lemon curd just to thicken it up a little bit. Still got the nice strong taste of the lemon curd, so that's going to be going in between the layers. Rightio, let's start assembling. Listen, silence. They must be having a smoko break or something. So let's get into this. So what I have here is my board. I have a 30 centimetre round board. I've put this little hudaki, can't remember what they're called, non-slip mats, onto my cake turntable, and this on top just to stop it slipping around. Right, first thing we do, I've got my icing here, it's looking good. Oh, off camera I actually put some lemon zest in it as well, just to give it a bit more kick. So just pop a little bit on the board just to stop your cake sliding away. Now we'll put our first layer on. So I also trimmed the top of these cakes. Take off the rounded bit on top. So let's pop that in the centre. Perfect. And we'll just give this a light coat before I put the lemon curd icing mixer on top. So we're just crumb coating it. That's what we're doing, just a nice thin layer. And then what I'll do is I'm going to pipe around the edge a moat. So what I do is I'll just pop some of this into this icing bag. Cut the very tip off. We don't need a icing tip because we just putting it around the edge for a moat. Squeeze that down. Right, let's make a that there, and then in goes our lemon curd mixture. So just want to put in probably half that. You don't want it too thick because when they cut through the cake you don't want it oozing out all over the place. Just enough for flavour. Scrumptious. Clean up my board as I go. Right, next layer. Let's pop that on top. Make sure that's nice and straight. Right. A bit more of this on top. And another moat. Might have to put a bit more icing in this bag, I think. Yep, I'm running out. No, maybe not. Maybe I can get away with it. Right. Put a bit more there. Doesn't matter how rough this bit is because it's all going to be hidden and it's going to ooze out the side anyway when we crumb coat our cake. Right, rest of the filling. I can smell the lemon. It's lovely. So these cakes, when they came out of the oven, I poured over a lemon syrup to ooze into the cake, so that it keeps it moist and a lot of flavour. Beautiful. Right, last one. Now the last layer, when you put it on top, you put the good side up. So not the cut side. So you see here, that's the good side. Pop that on top. And make sure it's straight. Yes it is. Right, now, a little bit crooked, hang on. What I might do is then just might put 1 or 2 dowels through it to stop it moving around. It'll keep it secure, but make sure when you do that you tell the customer that you've put dowels in there. Right, so here are my 2 dowels. Let's put them there. And that'll help keep the cake stable and stop wiggling around. Push right down. Get my scissors. just pull them up a tiny bit and then snip them off. That one, then just pop them down so they're flush with the top of the cake. Right, now what we need to do is need to crumb coat this, so we just give it a thin layer and then I'm going to put it in the fridge to firm up before we do our final layers. It doesn't need to be much. Just go around. Looks a bit messy, but don't worry, we can clean that up once we're finished. Right. Pretty much covered. And there goes the roof is banging again. Never mind. So just scrape off the excess. This is just the crumb coat. So the reason for a crumb coat is that you put this coat on and then it hardens, firms up in the fridge. And then when you go to put your final layer on, you're not going to get bits of crumb off the cake getting in the icing, wrecking your final look. So let's just do this. Smooth off the top. I generally don't worry about how smooth it is on my crumb coat, you know, because you make up for it when you put your final coat on. Some people like to have their crumb coat perfect, but I'm a little bit more rustic than that. Right, let's pop that in the fridge to set. Right, once that firms up, we will be able to put the top coat on. Right, so this is the leftover icing we've got. I need to make a yellow and a orange. So this is going to be like a sunset, so it needs to go from orange to yellow. And they do need to be quite bright, so I'm hoping that these colours, these gels, will work well. If you don't have it bright enough, I do know you can pop it in the microwave for 15 seconds. I know that sounds crazy, it mounts a little bit. Whip it through and it becomes a lot brighter, and then you just beat it till it's thick again. So yeah, let's give this a go. How much do I want to put in? I'm going to put in quite a bit. So this is the orange. Oh, that's nice. That's bright. Woohoo! It is bright. It's great. That's what I want. It's starting to go a little bit lighter. You know, if you leave it a bit too and just let it rest for a while, it just seems to darken up a bit or brighten up a bit. I suppose it's got to give it a chance to dissolve properly. Okay. We need it a bit brighter. I think I do. Just a tad. Whoopsie daisy. Uh-oh. No, I'll clean that up later. Right, let's go. Ah, that's lovely. That's good colour. Right, I'm just going to leave that sit there for a while and rest, and then we will do the yellow. Let's put the lid on that for now. Right, yellow. Now when you look at this, it doesn't actually look yellow, does it? It looks like a murky, yucky brown. But trust me, it comes out yellow. Right, let's try this one. This is a lot thicker, this one, so let's just use the bottom of my spoon. Ooh, oh dear. Don't know about this one. Let's see what happens. Might be alright. No, that's a real mustard colour. Do not want mustard, I want bright yellow. Ugh. Right. Do I put more in, or do I put it in the microwave? Do the microwave trick. I'll put that next to that one. Is it going to look okay? No, it's not. Let's just try a little bit more icing. Okay, I'm just going to let this sit for a while and come back to it. I'm going to have a think about this. I might play around with them a little bit more. When they're ready, we'll get the cake out of the fridge and we'll start. Okay. Okay, so I actually decided to make another yellow. So I made another big patch of icing up. I used a powder colouring this time to colour it, and I do like this yellow better. I think it goes better with the orange together rather than this one. This one is looks a bit mustardy. I just don't like it. And you know, if you don't like something, start again. Don't persevere with something if you don't like it, because the end result you won't be happy with, and you're not going to want to hand it over to a customer or a friend or anyone if you're not happy with it. So yeah, so I did the yellow again. So I also need some black icing. So what I've done is I've made a chocolate icing. So that's how you if you want a black icing, you start with the chocolate, and then you get your black food colouring and add it to the chocolate icing to get your black. And also, if it doesn't go black enough for you, you can put it in the microwave, 15 seconds. Yes, it melts a little bit, goes runny. Whip it up, put it back in the fridge, and then whip it up again, and it will be black. And even if you did it the day before, it goes even richer, even darker black. So I should have done this yesterday, the black, but I forgot all about it. But never mind, we'll get it as black as we can. Customer's not picking it up till tomorrow morning, so it should darken overnight on the fridge. Awesome. Right, so I looked in my pantry, as I said, and I didn't actually have any black food colouring. I must have used it all, so I'm going to have to pop down to the shops and grab me some. I'll be back in a jiffy. Please let there be black icing colouring. Awesome. Oh, what we got here? Try that too. This is where I come and get some of my goodies. Cool, let's go. Okay, let's go. Right, so what we're going to do is going to take our orange, we're going to pop that around the bottom of the cake, and then we're going to blend it into the yellow, which is at the top. Okay, so let's give this a bit of a stir. It's looking good, that orange. Exactly what I wanted. Right, let's start at the bottom and put a nice thick layer on there. Just go around. Don't worry about getting icing on your board, we can wipe that off later. Probably go off about a third, maybe? Third to just under a half of the height of the cake. Right, I think that's about as high as I want to go. Yeah. Now the yellow. Just give this a wipe. Okay. On with the yellow. So we don't have to have a straight line in between the yellow and the orange. It's going to blend anyway when we scrape it. As per usual, I've made too much icing. And my pet pig gets what's left over. He loves it when I make cakes. It's his favourite day. Oops, you know that. Right. Fill up all those little caps and let's do the top. Top here. Excuse the fingers, I have washed my hands. More there. Right, so we did just have enough yellow, just got leftover orange. It's all good. Right. Now I'll go and get my scraper. Here it is. Just wipe my hands. Pop my apron back on because I end up icing all over me. Always do. That's looking nice and bright. Excellent. Right. Now we'll just smooth off the side of the cake with my little scraper here and just start off there, just lightly, turning slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You'll see it'll blend in. The orange and the yellow will blend together nicely. So off we go again. Keep going round, round, round till you're nice and smooth. And if you find any gaps, just pop a bit more icing on and go around again. Just keep doing it nice and slowly. Clean side. Always helps to have a clean side. Wow. Yeah, I like that. And if you just keep doing that, you'll eventually get a lovely flat surface. Now I'll just get my offset spatula and smooth the top. So just take it to the edge there and just pull to the middle. You can just scrape that on the bowl, do it again, into the middle. Scrape the excess off. Now, because this cake has just come out of the fridge, the icing actually sets, goes quite stiff quite fast on it. So if you find you're having trouble, and what you can do is just run your spatula under the hot tap. Whoops, my finger got that. And that will help. Yeah, if you heat it up, that will help. So I might just do that actually, because yeah. So let's try this. It's nice and warm now, so it does a better job. I'm going to have decorations on the top of this. It's going to cover most of the top, so I'm not too worried about that. Patch there needs doing. Right, that's cool. Now that needs to go back in the fridge because I need that to set again before I put my stencil, do my stenciling on the outside, and I put my decorations on top. So yep, back into the fridge. Right, let's do this black icing. So I've just put a little bit of this black gel food colouring in here, and we'll just see how black it goes. And now usually it turns quite grey, like a muddy grey, and that's okay because the longer you leave it, the darker it will become. You can do the whole microwave trick too with this one. See how that's gone a sort of a dirty dark grey brown sort of colour. Add a little bit more, I think, and then I'll pop it in the microwave. Right, I'll just finish up doing this, and we will see you again when we're ready to do the stenciling. So it's nice and firm now, you can touch it, it's nice and firm. Now what we do is just get a damp handy towel or kitchen towel, and we'll just clean up the board. Let's put these stencils on. So I've got these stencils here. You see I've got a couple of pins through this one. Yeah, so there's the hunter with his dogs. Got some ducks. And this one here is the grass at the bottom. So let's go ahead and put this on. So make sure your cake is nice and cold and firm. Put this around here. and just pin it so it keeps. Right. There you go, that's nice and firm. Grab a little spatula, tiny little bit of icing, and let's go. So pop that around the bottom there, all the way around. I just hope this black icing doesn't stain my whiteboard though, because it's quite severe colouring. There you go, so that is filled in that stencil. Then we scrape the excess off. So I've actually scraped too much off, so pop it back on again. And this time I'll just go over it lightly. It's probably better. Right, take your pin out, and there we have the bottom of the cake. That's what it's going to look like. So every time you put a new stencil on over top, you've got to put it back in the fridge and you've got to let that go hard. So back into the fridge. This is going to take quite a while. So there you have the stencils. Just got to clean up the rest of the board. Some hunters there with their dogs. Some ducks flying in the horizon. And I may put a deer. I've got this stencil here of a deer, so I might, put one down here maybe. So I'll just put it back in the fridge, do that, and then we can get on with putting the toppings, the decorations on the top. Right, so now we put the decorations on top. I've just gone and pushed the little sign in there. I'm just going to use a knife and make some holes in the back and in the front to put the grass in there. Just helps it go in a bit easier. There you go, one, another one at the back. In the hole and just push it in gently into there. That's perfect. Right, let's have a look at that. What does that look like? Okay, let's put some more in the front. How am I going to do this? Right there. That looks great. Do you think I should put one more? Let's have a look. Yeah, why not? About there. Make a hole. And push it in there. Perfect. Right, now what I'm going to do is going to sprinkle some dirt around. Well, it's not dirt, it's actually crumbed biscuits. Get a teaspoon. Just pop some of this in the back here. Front. Always like doing the finishing touches, it's the best bit, I reckon. Cool. Right, that looks all good. Perfect. Right, that's it, all done. There we go. So this is our finished cake. Happy 80th Ted. Bit of grass, some dirt. And the sides, we've got the ducks, hunter, his dogs, a deer, another hunter facing the other way. Yeah, I think that turned out alright. Hopefully my friend will like it and Ted will have a great birthday. Happy birthday, Ted. So here it is, all boxed up, ready to go. For the client to come and get that tomorrow morning. Hopefully she likes it, I'm pretty sure she will. So I always box it up and put it in the fridge. Some people get a little bit concerned about putting fondant in the fridge because it can go sticky. So yeah, because my decorations are fondant, I don't have a problem with that as long as you box it up in a cardboard box before you put it in the fridge. It's fine. So get it out about an hour before the client comes to get it and just check it and make sure it's okay. And yeah, I haven't had a problem yet. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video, this tutorial on how to make and decorate this cake. If you want to see more, please subscribe, like the video and leave me a comment, and that'll be great. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.